Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld, and of course the start of our super weapon building series where every ship is going to be ridiculous, and even more ridiculous when we unlock the extra research. So our first ship then, we obviously placed the spinal capacitor, and that's basically how far we got yesterday. I kind of had an idea for it after the fact, and it would kind of also implement a lot of the design kind of ideas and kind of the best design practices is probably the right word for it, that I kind of think is probably the right way to go forward. So, in Star Wars, in the Star Wars Expanded Universe 2, I don't know if it's been in any official stuff since, there's a ship called, or a big old station called the Centerpoint Station. I'll put up an image of it on screen now. What it is essentially a giant barrel, and then like this big center section where you've got like your power and your shield generators, whatever else. In the Star Wars lore, it's just for dragging planets around and shit. But I'm thinking for us, we could turn that into the one big, like the center bit being the big spinal capacitor, and then the bit around it is where we would put our shield generators, our bridge, and then we could fill it with a load of hull segments too, and keep it as as dense as possible. Keep it really well protected too. I really like the idea of that. I think it's kind of perfect for what we want here. And the thickness will come from the fact that we could double up the hull around a lot of it too. The question is, where do we want to double up the hull the most? Because, of course, if we double up the hull at the back, it's going to limit the amount of spinal amplifiers we can have. I'm thinking, preemptively, let's move this forward a little bit, and then we can have at least 5 layers of... if we put it there, we've got 5 layers of hull plating as well. So if rockets come in, if plasma comes in, they can't knock this out, because that's the big weakness of the ship. If we're putting the bridge, say, right in the center, surrounded by a massive hull, like maybe not that large, but something like that, then they're never going to destroy our bridge before we've either destroyed them or been able to flee from battle. So what we really need is a way to prevent them attacking the spinal capacitor, because that's going to be the big vulnerable thing, because it's on the big kind of centered tube. So that's what we'll try and do. Basically fortify this as much as possible. Now, I know Save Our Ship Extensions add some extra ship hull here. So, of course, we've got the shielded ship hull there. Probably use the unpowered version just in case of, like, frame rate issues, like I was told. But if we kind of surround that with, like, 5 or 6 blocks of... Oh, I think that's quite tiling, right? But don't worry about it too much. I'm sure when it's built, it'll look better. If we do something like that and really, really seal it in, I think it'll probably be okay. Now, you probably think that's going to be hideously expensive, and you're right, it will be hideously expensive. But we do have very easily scalable resources. What I mean by that is, when we start bringing in components, we can, well, I mean, I've changed some builds around in a second, you'll see that, but when we get a bigger facility, we can fill it with as many drills as we like. When we get a lot of power, we can power them up to maximum. We can essentially have as many resources as the limit. The problem then becomes delivering the resource and actually building the ship. We've only got 3 good builders right now. So the difficulty in this series has kind of transitioned from having enough resources over to actually building the ship, which I think should have been the point in the first place. So hopefully this is going to be a nice, fun departure from last time. So I made some changes to the drills. What I've done is I've added a 25 component limit. A lot of people were saying, why didn't I just add this to the drills rather than have someone crafting the components? Simple reason for that is, as I discussed yesterday, we do have to be very careful of colony wealth. I don't want to craft steel, which is fairly low value, into components, which is fairly high value too frequently. And more specifically, I don't want to just mine up a load of high-value things. So we've got a relatively short limit on it there of 25, but we'll leave it at that. It also gave something for our people to do, because right now they haven't really got much, because everything's automated. Similarly, I've got... So what I've done is I've put 25 on each one of the drills. Obviously, their primary resource is more important than that, so this one is still mining steel, for example. And then after that, I put coal as kind of the backup job. Now, coal, as people have told me, is essentially just a replacement for wood, which makes a lot of sense. Kind of Minecraft style, huh? Where we're or like in get this, real life as well. Where you can use coal to power furnaces rather than wood, and obviously on an ice cap that's a bit more convenient. So I've got them mining up 1,000 coal. Don't know how much it's worth, but it's always good just to have some in storage. I might put a limit on that too, maybe say mine 1,000 but unpause it when we get to like 200. That way we've got plenty if we need it, but we're not going to constantly, you know, be mining. Well, we're not going to always have 1,000 in storage. We'll deal with that later though. So also, on the subject of stuff to discuss very quickly, I did request names from the supporters, so thank you to those of you who have sent those over. We've got a list already of like 30 names to go through here. At the top of the list, and I actually specifically moved this name to the top of the list, as I explained to the people who requested the names, is the name Icewolf. The reason I want to add Ice Wolf back, I mean, we're on an ice plateau, so it makes a lot of sense. But every single time I've named a colonist Ice Wolf, as suggested by this poor supporter who's been around for months, every time I've named someone Ice Wolf, in almost the same episode, they've died horribly. So I feel like I really owe them at this point, okay? So we now have Ice Wolf, the melee character, the super immune toughness, but that's a good character to get as well. With, I guess, 6 construction, we could put you on repair and kind of slowly train you up. If we use mechanites as well, what we could do actually is get an assembler specifically to churn out bionics. Because the mod that we've got right now for prosthetics is quite complicated. You know, you need like 5 fingers, and you craft the 5 fingers into better fingers, so you craft that into a hand, you craft that into a better hand, you craft that into an arm, and then you upgrade that arm into Mark 1, 2, and 3. It's quite a complicated ongoing system, but with the assemblers, we can automate that fully, and not have someone constantly rushing back and forth and going into raids and whatnot. So we might actually be able to see a lot more of the Bionics this time, because we really didn't see very much of it last series. Him also runs super, super, super fast right now, so if it looks as if we're getting things done a lot quickly, it's not really the case. It's just the fact that speed 4, because we're on an ice cap and there's nothing for the game to render, because we've only got 5 people in a very small corner of the world, there's just not, like, you know, there's no animals, there's no pathfinding issues because everything's open. It's running super, super quickly. If you keep an eye on the time down here, you know, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whatever, it's going to go through very, very fast. So just bear that in mind. And we got another recruit already. Boom, look at that. What a fantastic start. The next one on my list is Anastara. Welcome. New colony, new life, new name. You know the rules. Anastara. Welcome. You are 16 animals. So that's actually relevant. It might not seem like it, but it really is. We're on an ice cap. And you know what animals can appear on ice cap? That's right. It's your boy Farmer Wojtek from the Robo Daddy series. We could bring him back and we could actually build another cybernetic Farmer Wojtek. I did joke that I would name it Goat 1. Sorry, Mondo, are you seducing the prisoners? Because that's a bit fucked up. Who are you? Mondo was chatted up by Ice Wolf. Mondo did not agree to the hookup. Everybody's going for Mondo. Someone pointed this out in the comment section yesterday. Everybody's going for Mondo because he has the love enhancer. So everybody wants a piece of Mondo. I think we give everybody love enhancers, even the score. Because right now, Mondo's got a real unfair advantage for everybody compared to everybody else. Can we even craft more love enhancers? We have all that. Whoops. We have all the base game research besides to save our ship extensions. We do. 15 plasteel for advanced components. What I want to do, one of the first things I want to do is get a recipe disk for advanced components downloaded into an assembler so that we can always have 10 advanced components in storage, and then if we need any more, we can get them very quickly churned out. So let's get this assembler set up properly then. So what we need is, this one is, so these two are going to be output, this one's going to be input into the digital storage unit, right? So on this one, let's go digital storage unit, you're going to be output. And you're going to be output. We're going to get this one outputting steel. Just as, whoops. This one outputting steel. Let's go like that. And then we'll have this one outputting probably like a couple of components, just in case we need to build anything here. Saves downloading it into an assembler. Especially if it's just like a one-off thing, like making more Gorse rifles. Probably won't download that to assembler when we've got a really good crafter in the form of Ciala. We go components for that, then we'll just put a couple. Actually, what do we need for Gorse rifles? Gorse rifle. 2 advanced components, 60 plasteel. Okay, well, we'll change tactic then a little bit, and we'll go just regular old plasteel with that one. And then on you, advanced components, obviously not relevant quite yet, but we'll get around to it eventually. Advanced components are right there. There we go. And that'll automatically pull it out of storage if we've got it. We do have 47 advanced components, so we'll go Gorse rifle and we'll just do X per colonist, right? Where X is 1. We don't need 10 Gorse rifles per colonist. I mean, that's ambitious, but not really necessary. And then count-equipped as well. There we go. And that gives Ciala something to do. Seeing as, you know, we've got very little things actually to do in the colony right now. I think the first thing I want to build is a proper hydroponics bay. Because we've got more people. We need a residential area. We need hydroponics. We need a proper hospital. And we need somewhere for them to all to live, right? So... Oh, I see it now. Somebody said in the comment section yesterday that the center of the base looks like an optical illusion because it looks like it, I don't know if you guys can kind of tell, it looks like it's bulging out in the center from where the lights are placed. We've got the lights and we've got the horseshoes pin and then the way the walls are shaped as well. It makes it look like it's bulging out in the center. I see it now. I didn't see it when I was editing yesterday, but oh man, look at that. That's fucked up. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and put down some blueprints then, shall we? Just got this one copied. We could do something like that. That's fine. We put that like over. We could put it over here. Try and line it up with this one. Somewhere like that. if we move the door to the center, and then we can divide each pod up into 4 bedrooms. They're going to be quite small, but they're going to be very luxurious. You know, we can do advanced beds, the best furniture. We could really do, like, gold floors or something like that. Keep them really happy. So small, but we've got the resources to make them incredible. Actually, no, I'm going to do it there. Oh, God. The whole base doesn't really line up. Oh, it does line up. Oh, not quite. For some reason, that door is slightly longer, but that's all right. It's not a problem. We'll do it like that. There we go. Do it like that, and then we can always expand upwards if we need to. Or shall I make best use of the map edges? Yeah, let's do it like that. You know what? Talk myself into it. We haven't got... I don't want to use up too much space building the base, because we've got to... You know, if we're going to build quite a large ship, we want to make it as grand as possible and have enough room as possible. How can I divide these up into 4 bedrooms, then? We could do something like that. And then... 2 bedrooms per pod. I could do 2 bedrooms per pod. I don't think that's so terrible. Yeah, that's workable. I think. If we do that. And then put the doors into each pod there and there. You know what? That kind of works. We don't have to build it out of airlocks either. I might not build it out of airlocks, to be honest. I just did that for the aesthetics, basically, for the Arctic base. Although it'd be great for temperature, wouldn't it? I imagine airlocks have good insulation. You'd certainly hope so, all things considered. And when we turn the shield generator back on, do shield generators also work that way on the ground? In the sense that, you know, in space they seal in the heat. Does it also work on an ice cap? Very interested if anybody knows that, whether or not that would be applicable. Because that means that our people could walk around, like this guy here, not wearing any, you know, super dense clothes, not wearing the I don't know, dusters, what's good, parkas and hats and shit. We could just leave a shield generator on instead, sacrifice a bit of power for it. That would make a lot more sense. I have no idea. We'll make sure they kind of stick around indoors where possible. I mean, this room's 21. This room could do with a few more heaters in it, especially up towards the top here. We'll get some of those queued up then. The other thing I really desperately want this early on is some sort of power management. So I think I will probably attach another kind of pod onto this side over here. So if we do something like that, maybe do a little bit of an extension there, put a couple of reactors down. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going for I will admit, way more aesthetics than I normally would with this Arctic base. Just kind of tack it on like that. No, we can make better use of the room. Like I said, the actual room is fairly important. It's costing me components to build, but to be fair, we're just mining components about the ground. I think I need to make a decision here on now whether we build out of steel or build out of a hole. We could dig up a load of gold, but I think that would look extremely tacky for our futuristic space base. Quite desperate for power right now, especially with some extra hydroponics I just threw down in emergency because we are extremely low on food. So I put down only 3 advanced solar panels, and to be fair, it's actually keeping it well charged. Bear in mind, solar panels, because we're in the Arctic Circle, it's almost always daylight. So these things are always going to be on, producing 3,000 watts excess. So I mean, there's barely no negatives to it. They're incredible. Once we get on top of the advanced component production, we're going to be very careful not to waste them all. Once we get on top of the advanced component production, this is going to be probably our main go-to power source. Just cover the area in solar generators because, you know, we don't have to worry about fueling them. We haven't got to worry about instability like we do with the fission reactor. I did try turning it up there briefly just to get some extra power to charge the batteries, but it immediately exploded. So I thought, you know what? Not going to be going for that again. So let's see if we can now craft... what do we need for the data disk again? So we've already got the data disk. We need the industry. We need the recipe database. We need 1 machine frame, and that's all it is. So we can already craft those. Let's put the output there, just because it bothers me otherwise. 1 machine frame. Excellent work. And then we'll worry about the advanced machine frame later on. Why can you not start? What do you need for that? Oh, plasteel. Right. My bad. So if we just build another one of these quickly and tell it to output plasteel, we should be good. That should automatically start crafting them for us. We'll do it until we get, say, 10 of them. And then we'll upgrade this machine as well. Let's go output, digital storage unit, and then we want plasteel. Plasteel, but except spelled right, please. There we are. Okay, if we do that, there we are. Making machine frames. Excellent. That should be everything we need to make. There we go. And then to this one, we download... Oops, put it in the wrong bloody place like a fool. Let's put it over there. Just so that we can get the, we need to download the advanced component recipe. I guess blueprint might be the right word for it. It's like 100 work, so it won't be too long. Then we install this next to that, anywhere within the cyan area it can pull recipes from. So in this case, well, it has to pull it from a recipe database, but in this situation, of course, we'll be pulling it from this one. Probably worth also importing some other recipes, because the downside to these recipe databases, if you reinstall them, it clears all the jobs from the assembler. They're constantly checking the recipe database to make sure it's still connected. So if, say, for example, we decide, okay, well, I want to add to this recipe database, for some reason, I want to add toxic grenade belts. If we then uninstall it from there and bring it over, that will clear all the recipes that we've set up. And of course, we set specific limits using specific components. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to set it all up again. What I will add are haulers and cleaners, though. Oh, wow, that's quite a large one. Holy shit, that's going to take a little while. And then we'll get it installed. I don't want to wait too long, otherwise we're missing out, again, on advanced components. How's the power holding up? Not bad. This is the darkest I've seen it get so far. It's currently 1 a.m. as well. So 1 a.m. they run at about half capacity and then they start increasing again. So yeah, the solar panels are incredible. So as for beds, I did build some hydroponics with cotton. Unfortunately, we're still starving to this, so we can't really do much about that right now. Oh, I said package survival. Well, that explains a lot. So when our cook wakes up and gets to work, we might be okay, but we'll see how it goes here. What have we actually got in there? Items. Let's get rid of the steel. We've got literally just human corpses, and that's it. We can't butcher people. We can mulch it down into nutrient paste, but I'm not a big fan of that. Especially not when moods are pretty low right now, because they're, you know, bored. Have nothing to do in terms of work and recreation, essentially. There we go. That'll do it. Sprinklers, again, working wonders. Instantly growing rice overnight, essentially. So that should give us a decent amount of food. Who's our cook again? Please stop eating raw rice. Hocus. Hocus, you've got to save us here, buddy. And we got a new colonist as well. Fantastic. Bought his own Devil Strand Parker. That's convenient. We have Steak. Steak the Bacon. That was specifically requested. So we have Steak the Bacon. Good at cooking, actually. We could let Hocus off of a job. But man, Hocus has enough stuff to do anyway, and Steak doesn't really have much else to do. Also, by the way, they called Steak, which is pretty fantastic for a chef. Basically, only one thing they can do with their life at that point, huh? Let's just go ahead and get some of these other jobs that I forgot to actually give these guys things to do. Good luck. I mean, I hope there's a polar bear here soon. Hunting, obviously a bit irrelevant, unless we're going to eat fresh polar bear. Which I think, polar bear liver, I'm pretty sure is like, will kill you because of the amount of vitamin A in it or something like that. So, probably not really recommended. Steak and Bacon has Cook and Butcher, fine. It's a shame we don't have anywhere to fish, because that would be the ideal backup job right now, wouldn't it? So Steak, you're good in that regard. I'll get you to grow, but obviously we can't have you harvesting if you don't mind. That's really all you can do for us, huh? Not the most useful. At least this guy can, you know, deliver, haul, clean. Got that going for you, which is quite nice. Cremation, we could put you on cremation. Yeah, I'm hoping there's some polar bears soon so Anastara can get to work. I'll keep an eye on the wildlife tab. Build any beds at all besides operating tables. They all require cloth. What about slab beds? They require bricks. Okay, so we could stone cut. We have no cloth, please, for the love of God, help me. But glitter on hospital beds for them. That seems a little overkill. I guess we'll put down some operating tables to sleep on, because I have no choice at this stage. We have nothing else for them. Masterwork steel operating table again. My God, Mondo, you've done it again. You've really outdone yourself this time. What an incredible place for our people to sleep. Hope you enjoy that. Oh, real comfort. Oh, minus 35 as well. This is pure luxury. Bet you're glad you joined us, huh? I should probably do something about that. This is war crimes. This is real war crimes right now. Let's get some heating down. Don't know if that'll be sufficient. Anastara's vomiting everywhere, I assume from eating raw rice, which, to be fair, you only have yourself to blame. Brumbos. Oh, man. I mean... Go on, then. Okay, sure. Go on. Let's see if we can. Bionic Thrombos can into space. I'm up for it. Gives Anastara a job as well. You're going to have to feed them a boatload of rice. Luckily, we've got a boatload of rice coming in right now. How are we looking in terms of food storage? Okay, it's not bad. Got 3 stacks of rice, and then we'll start work on the 4th. It's still not ideal, but that's okay. Who's not cooking? Oi, what are you doing? Oh, it's because I haven't set the schedules yet. My bad. Right, okay, here you go. Boom, boom, boom. Right, get to work cooking, please, Steak. Thank you very much. I think heavy EVA suits and helmets to be downloaded. That's going to take a little while as well. But again, I don't want to be reinstalling too much. We can build another recipe disk, because they're not exactly expensive, are they? But another recipe disk very temporarily. Make another machine frame, and we'll just download advanced components to that, and we'll have this machine churn out advanced components for us. And then this one we'll do the real long-term install. Oh, really? Hypothermia? You're in a safe zone now. You're right. Yeah, there we go. I guess we need to work on those EVA suits pretty fast. Okay, so recipe is in now. There we go. We're getting quite deep into winter, so we have much less hours of daylight now. Let's get you reinstalled and then get you turned on. And let's say make advanced components and do until X where X is... I mean, 10 is probably not bad. Got to be very careful here. So what do we need for you? We need components, steel, plasteel, and gold. Components, steel, plasteel, and gold. Am I going to remove this? You know what we could do? We could just simply blueprint over the machines into this thing, and then... I mean, that's not a terrible idea, is it? So where's your furthest range? There. So if we were to install that to there... Can it grab the recipe, or is it one block too far away? Oh, it is. Can we reinstall that? We can. Hey, problem solved. There you go. So reinstall that to there instead. The reason for that is then we can install it to the database and import it to that one, and then reinstall these and decommission that. We're not wasting too many resources building things that we're not going to be using in the long term. So let's go ahead and, whoops, import recipe. No recipes found. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's right there, brother. No recipes found. Oh, can we not grab from... That's a shame. I don't know why we can't do that. Try and move it over, and then we've lost it. Yeah, we lost the smart assembler. That's quite annoying. No, we can't do it. Oh, that's a shame. So that just straight up doesn't work then, huh? Okay, a little annoying, but there is an upgraded version of that anyway. I guess we'll just reinstall it down there then and build some more I/O ports. It's quite... I don't know why we can't do that. I guess maybe other machines can't have their builds extracted from the same mod. That would make sense, I guess. We'll say digital storage unit, and then you three are digital storage units. There we go. And then we want to turn them all into output. And then we want plasteel, steel, gold components. So plasteel. I don't know how far our kind of fairly limited cache of stuff is going to go right now. Gold, steel, and components. But no, we've only got 500 gold, and I think we're outputting it in 2 different places. So... Gotta be... Okay, what we're lacking? Components. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. So you want to set a maximum on this one just to stop it going that nuts. Let's say a maximum. You can have a maximum of, what, like 5? Do you need more than that? 2 advanced components. 10 components. Okay, it needs kind of 10 minimum. Oh, that's annoying. Well, for the time being, there's not much we can do about that. Why can't you craft that, then? What are you lacking? 3 gold. Obviously, you've got that. The plasteel, you've got that. The steel, you've got that. And the components, you've got that. Oh, is its input... No, why can't he craft? Let's remove it and re-add it. Maybe that will help. Oh. That's bizarre. Its input is maybe then in the white and not the blue. If that's the case, we've got to be very careful about what we're using as... Oh, yeah, wow. So the input is white. So the cyan must be, I guess, where it can connect up to recipe databases from. Right, okay, fair enough. Afford to give it more power? Not when we're 15,000 watts down, we can't. Jesus, what's happened there? 15,000 watts down? Well, the grid's... Oh, the reactor's gone offline. Balls. Okay, it's my bad for not just doing that. Doing CLX, where X is 500, that's probably fine. Ciala. Let's get you to work a second. Thank you. Ooh! Were we too slow? Okay, we're fine. That was bloody close, because if the power had gone off then, we wouldn't have been able to craft any. That was quite literally with seconds to spare. Yikes. Now that we're moving over into winter, I'm actually going to put down some advanced turbines. We can build those all the way down there, can we? Oh, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. We can go over the map edge with them. That's quite helpful. If we do that then, just get a couple of those down. Don't want to go too crazy with these, because they're quite vulnerable being out there. If we get raiders obviously pop in here, they're dead as dicks. Oh, it's still not... Oh, it's just about enough. We're fluctuating between not having enough power and having enough power now. Well, I guess we'll just build a few wind turbines then. Why not? Might as well just kind of spot them around here a little bit. There we go. That'll do. Man, when they ramp up, they are really good. Look at them go. Holy shit. Well, that's giving our batteries plenty of charge. Fantastic. So how are we doing on the food front? Because that was a big concern. Hey, I put down a few more wind turbines just to ensure that we're guaranteed never going to have power issues again. And that's absolutely solved the issue. These things are very powerful, the advanced wind turbines, that is. 21,000 watts stored now and 18,000 watts excess, which is fantastic. And we got a psychic wave, which is pretty good when you're in a steel room with a silver floor. Actually, it's silver, just for the beauty bonus essentially, and we've got, you know, infinite silver essentially, so why not? Steel tiles are also worth a fortune too, so it's not really that much difference, but gives a higher beauty bonus. You're in a steel room with a metal floor, 1 heater on a steel bed. It's really not that luxurious, so to be honest, all the help we can get, thank you game, appreciate that one. Bear in mind we are playing Phoebe. So we could have a big raid coming in, clapping us any second now. So I'm thinking kind of a perimeter, assuming I haven't built right up to the edge, which of course I have. Some sort of perimeter would be good. To be fair, we could just run that wall. I might do that. Is it going to block my turbines now? I've just put them down. I think it is. Shit. Yeah, of course it is. Bollocks. Whatever. I mean, let's not worry about it for the time being. We'll put some walls down, but as long as they don't block the turbines. And then when we have a bit more... when we're a bit more established, we can move stuff over then. So I want to build hydroponics next, because that was kind of the big challenge that we've got right now, and the fact that we've got no cloth whatsoever. So let's put down hydroponics. Hydroponics is husbandry, which doesn't make any sense. Artificial ecosystems. And let's go ahead and just put down a few in this room, with enough room for sprinklers, because you know how it is. Those things are absurd. I might move that light out of the center as well. We can put a sun lamp there. We'll have to put a sun lamp there. Okay, get rid of you. Be gone. The sun lamp, or do you want to put down... What's a bio sun lamp? Oh, that's absurd. Never turns off at night. Oh, that's powerful. Never turns off at light. That's absurd. That's really crazy strong. So that means plants grow constantly. But as I recall, the artificial ecosystems have built-in sun lamps. So what we should do is put down... so bearing in mind... with the artificial ecosystems, although we could run the numbers on this to see if it's really worthwhile. So it's 189% growth rate in there. Oh, well, it's only because the temperature is not quite high enough. I think it's 350% in total, isn't it? What do regular hydroponics give? Because if it's... What's that? What did I say? 350%. So if it's 175% for a regular hydroponics basin, if we use that in combination with the biosun lamp, it will grow the same. The only difference is the artificial ecosystem we can grow everything in, whereas hydroponics we're more limited. So it's not worth it unless it's higher than that. I honestly don't remember. I'm going to go Google it quickly before I plan this out. Hydroponics, Rimworld. How fast does it grow? Blah, 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 blah. Fertility. 280%. Oh! 280% fertility. Oh, that's not growth rate, though, is it? I'm going to build one, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. 280%. Well, it is better then, isn't it? Far better. 350 versus 280, but with that, it's on twice as much. So, essentially, it's double the growth rate. So that is way better. The only problem is we're more limited in what we can grow. Not really that limited in what we can grow. Damn. I mean, we've got all the important things there. The lentils, the resource plants. Do we want to even use those these days? We've got the devil strand available. Cotton. No cotton. Oh, that's like literally the only thing I want to grow, though. Cotton. Oh, cotton's on there. Okay, yeah, so that makes more sense. So bio-sun lamp and the tileable hydroponics basins. To be fair, we could just build these and surround them with a shitload of sprinklers. But we could do that with this. And then it'd be like, boom, instant food all the time. That would be pretty great. And we could use less sprinklers and instead grow more crops with more basins. So it would make more sense doing it this method, I think. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll reinstall this out to... We'll install that out there, and then we'll build one big room for that. So I'll go around the edge with a big fuck-off wall. There we go. Let me see if I can just mirror that. Oh, that's going to be hideous. Well, never mind. Here we are. Okay, so that's the most efficient way we can pack basins into... So obviously the basins are much better than using the tileable basins because they're one component minimum where you're getting 4 for one component, so 0.25 component per growing zone. That's the best way we can pack them in there. Do you want to just pack the whole thing full of them? And then fill the rest of the gaps with these? Or do we want to fill, like, the occasional one with a sprinkler? We could fill the whole rest of it with sprinklers, to be honest with you, if we really wanted to. What about heaters? This thing can heat, but I don't know if it'll be able to heat enough. So if we do something like that, and then next layer as well, we do something like that. There we go. And then the next layer, if we put one there, one there, one there, and one there. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. And then we'll have to fill the rest of it with heaters, I think. Just because I don't think it'll be warm enough otherwise. Now we're in winter, we've obviously got no days of sunlight. Like, even now, it's like 3 p.m. and it's bloody pitch black. So that's a good job we swapped over to those. But during the summer, these things are going to reign supreme. It's going to be mad. Right, how are we looking then? Need to run some power up there. That probably wouldn't hurt. There we go. There's no point flooring over this place if it's just a hydroponics basin area. I've put steel as a backup job on all of our other all of our other drills here for the very simple reason I've decided to do the trick that we've tried a couple of series, and that's build a giant fuck-off wall around the entire edge of the map. To be honest, we could do it out of reinforced steel instead. That's a better idea. Hang on, let's go ahead and cancel that and do it out of reinforced steel. The only thing I'm concerned about is if we're building a ship in this big area over here, the only place we can build it, and then we get a raid turning up over here, they're going to be able to get to the ship faster than we're going to be able to wake up, get out of the base, and attack. So I'm thinking a big old wall at least gives us a few minutes to respond. The only thing I'm concerned about really is drop pods. There's no way we can stop that unless we put down a bunch of auto mortars. Those can react very, very fast. So if we get some auto mortars as well for kind of safety, probably wouldn't hurt too much. Right, let's go structure. Let's go reinforced steel wall then, brother. Give me some of that. Right, let's go and get this stuff all the way around the base. I mean, look at how expensive it's going to be, but this I'm not going to really count towards the colony wealth. Sure, the game will, but it's also our best defense by far. Well, that's a bit of a shit, isn't it? Because of the size of the area, you can't actually build a roof over it. So we're going to have to put down a bloody pillar somewhere and ruin the nice symmetrical growing zone I've got. Structure. Let's put down lovely plasteel column. I'm going to do it for symmetry. I hate that. Just ruin everything. Oh, and a star and steak. Wow. Hey, that's good. It means when we finally grow some bloody cotton, we can save on one of the beds. I'm gonna force Mondo to get on with this one, otherwise he's gonna be distracted with the wall. Don't get me wrong, the wall's great. I might give him a couple of days just to quickly speed through that. But we do need this finishing. So is that now? No, Mondo, roof. Mondo, roof away. There we go. Grant, message for Dr. Grant. Hello, Grant Jensen. Paralytic abrasia. Okay. Chemical interest, psychopath, brawler, masochist. Welcome to the colony. What a guy. We haven't got anywhere to put you, Grant, I'm afraid. Hang on, I'm going to have to turn that to medical. Sorry about your bed. And then, let's get Dr. Don MD on it. He's the doctor, after all. I feel like we have to give Dr. Don his medical license back. Bear in mind, he's the only doctor we've got besides Mondo. He's less skilled than Mondo, but Mondo's also our builder. So I think, well, so is Dr. Don, but I think with a name like that, let's get you doing the surgery. Mondo's the surgeon, but Don is the doctor. I like that. We're giving you back your medical license. In the Arctic, the Geneva Convention doesn't count because it's not owned by anyone. Perfect. Welcome back, Dr. Don. His title is Colonial Governor. No, he's not. He is Dr. Supreme. Welcome back, my friend. Okay. What are we looking at here? Drop pods? Drop pods this early on? Okay. Don't panic. Right, just a few boys. Just some boys, isn't it? Some boys out for a stroll. Let's go and recall the robots to start off with. Hopefully everyone else will go the fuck to sleep, so I don't have to pay attention to them. Right, let's push on, team. We can only use these 4. Let's hope that our armor and our weapons... Oh my god, what is that man wearing? What is that? Oh, they can't turn up with the really endgame armor this early on, surely. Yeah, that's reasonable and fair. What? You can't turn up with ascended armor? We literally can't kill this guy unless we shoot him in the head. This guy we actually can't kill. He's got the Archotech armor. How am I supposed to defeat them? I feel like it's a bug more than anything else. Okay, we'll see how it goes, but if we die here, I am just going to reload. Because that's honestly bullshit. You're given, they're sending us for our first proper raid a guy who's got 1,000% armor against everything, except for heat, which is, oh, he's got 5,000% against that. Jesus. Okay. Move forward, because they're about to start firing shells at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop that right now. Shields on, if we can. Quickly flick a switch. Wake up. Wake up. Mondo's already dead. Oh, well, how the fuck am I supposed to win against that? What are you talking about? Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate that. What the fuck? That's ridiculous. How is anyone supposed to win against that? Okay, maybe a little bit of balancing, tweaking needed there. I'll check what difficulty we're playing on, but I'm pretty sure we're just on a nice moderate level. Not playing on Merciless. I don't think we've even got a Merciless unlocked from where I reset the game. Let me just confirm this for myself. Storyteller settings. Yeah, we're on Blood is Dust, which is, again, tough. Especially with all the resources we've got right now. Not that tough, though. Threat scale, by the way, I just wanted to double check here, for Blood and Dust is 155%. So you're telling me that was 50% stronger than, I mean, what counts as 100%? Strive to survive. What? We'll stick to Blood and Dust for everything besides the threat, which I'm going to scale down to 135%. Just to see how it goes. Just to see if that's any better. Love that you can watch the rice grow in real time. That's awesome. Like, it's so fast. The speed at which they're growing with these bio sun lamps and everything. And then the second the sprinklers come on, any percentage left, they're just immediately gonna grow. This is great. And obviously when we've got enough rice in storage, and we've got the low food problem dealt with, it's only got 116 rice. After that, I'll happily flip it over to cotton, things like that, start working on the next thing, whatever that's going to be, probably cloth. But important stuff into the disc still. What we've got going on right now is heavy components, hauler base stations, heavy EVA suits, and heavy EVA helmets. So if we go ahead and put that into here, see exactly what we can queue up. I think we need advanced components. We'll have to do that as an output. Well, that one's gone a strange color. I think that's just the way it's rotated. Yeah, there we go. Right, so we want to import from you. So we've got advanced components, that's fine. Heavy EVA helmets, so we need uranium, plasteel, advanced components, and advanced components, plasteel, and gold, of which we already have. So we need one for uranium and one for advanced components then in terms of the output. Oh, increasing the power increases the range. Right, okay, that makes a lot of sense. That explains why I swear that we were able to get it a larger range than that in the previous series. That's kind of solved the mystery. The wall is taking a lot of time and effort. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to skip over the wall building. Because it's a wall. It's a wall and it's taking up all the time and effort. So we'll skip over the wall building. And then tomorrow we will come in with hopefully some new EVA suits for Anastara, Icewolf, Stake, Grant. We've dealt with the hydroponics issues. So that's food's dealt with. To be honest, at this point, unless we need more bedrooms for anybody, we can actually properly tomorrow start on the ship. We've dealt with all the residential stuff. We've got defenses in place. We've got power sorted. We actually really nailed quite a lot today. Automatic advanced component production. Hey, we're good. Like, genuinely, we're in a pretty great situation right now. So let's leave it there. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Thank you, of course, to our supporters for giving us some names for our characters for this series. As ridiculous as they are. And a big thank you goes out to our executive producer tier supporters, including Silent Sentinel, Pang Power, Dracone, Chax, Justin Rules, Here We Go Again 46, Sirit 313, Ushanka, Namo, Milo Cthulhu, Fredamabob, Nostrus, Moon Cult Leader, and Poop Feast 420 for their support over at Coffee. Thank you as well to Hoofenspiel, Marcus Absent, Extra Small, Shlomo, Bizarro Jesus, Rovery, But I'm Homeless, Fativan, Riley M, Bordoon, Jumpin' Jack, Paracosm, and Madster 2000, along with, of course, everybody over at Coffee for making the channel possible in the first place. If you guys want your names, chuck them at me in Discord, or somewhere on Coffee. Coffee doesn't have any way to message, unfortunately. So I'll put a post up, and I'll let you guys leave some comments on that, or however else methods you've got to contact me. Twitter, I guess. I never check my Twitter messages, so apologies if you have ever once in your life messaged me on Twitter.